Paul Walker will forever be remembered as an icon and one of the greatest and most talented actors the world has ever seen, known for his immense contribution to the Fast and Furious franchise. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Des Maren, and today we are going to talk about the legendary Paul William Walker. Paul William Walker IV was born to William Walker III and Cheryl Walker on 12 September 1973. Walker attended village Christian schools. Since a young age, Paul Walker showed great interest and talent in acting. When he was 11 years old, he played in his first TV show called The Restless in 1984. Walker later appeared in other TV shows such as The Highway to Heaven from 1984 to 1986. He also appeared in the Tales from the Crypt. Later, in the 1990s, Walker transitioned to filmmaking such as Varsity Blues and She's All That in 1999. These and more roles greatly shaped him and enabled him to gain recognition in Hollywood. Paul Walker's career breakthrough came in the 2001 when he starred in the Too Fast, Too Furious as an undercover cop who became entangled in the world of illegal street racing. His subsequent roles included Fast and Furious 2009, Fast 5, Fast and Furious 6 2013. The Fast and Furious franchise became a very significant part of Paul Walker's career, earning him global fame. Besides that, he starred in Into the Blue 2005, 8 Below, and The Lazarus Project in 2008. Paul Walker was a very kind-hearted person, and in 2010, he formed a charity organization called the charity Reach Out Worldwide, or the Paul Walker Foundation, mainly to provide relief to those affected by natural disasters and calamities. Paul Walker had a daughter called Meadow Rain Walker and 3 siblings who were Cody Walker, Caleb Walker, and Amy Walker. Unfortunately, on 30th November 2013, Paul Walker passed away in a tragic car accident. He was a passenger with Roger Rodas in a 2005 Porsche Carrera GT vehicle. Upon the crash, both of them passed away. This news was met with global grief and mourn all over the world from his fans, his friends, as well as the Fast and Furious actors, especially Vin Diesel and Tyrese Gibson, who could not hold their tears since they viewed Paul Walker as their brother.
sometimes I'll post a picture on Facebook and talk about Papa, and people say, just move on. But the relationships in that franchise are so strong, and the brotherhood is so real, that it transcends the experience of making the movie.
Maybe just to give you a hint on Fast and Furious 11, if you're a fan of the Fast and Furious franchise, you may remember that in Fast and Furious 9, at the end, we saw a vehicle coming to Dominic Toretto's house, yet we were not shown who the character was.
Hey, Grace with us.
Nice.
Hold on. It's still an empty chair.
It is most likely that the character was Brian O'Connor, and as you remember, in Fast and Furious 10, the beginning, the man who was with Vin Diesel was Brian O'Connor, but he was not Paul Walker. Rather, he was his brother, Cody Walker, will take the role of Brian O'Connor, and maybe he'll be the one to save Vin Diesel and his son. But until then, we must wait in next year, 2025 May, when Fast and Furious 11 will be released. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe, like, share my video, and don't forget to hit the notification bell